Alright, what's good, guys? It's Jason Rosati, your online personal trainer, back at it again with another discussion video. So firstly, please bear with me. I bit my tongue during jiu-jitsu class today, and it's kind of hard for me to talk. I feel like I'm kind of like stuttering and slurring my words just because it kind of hurts to talk. So what we're going to do is go over a popular topic in the fitness industry that is very back and forth. It has a lot of misinformation. What I should say is that a lot of people are on the fence about intermittent fasting, and there's a lot of people that go back and forth, and I think that there's too much focus on one side and not too much about the balance of it all. So we're gonna get right into it. I have my dry erase board. I haven't drawn anything on it yet, so we're gonna kind of just go with the flow and make this. So intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting is usually one of those things that it works for some people and it doesn't work for some others. And I think that there's a lot of fitness trends, a lot of fitness diets or hacks, whatever you would like to call it, that fall into this same exact category, where it works for some people but doesn't work for the others. And what happens is there's these huge debates going back and forth, research angling one side, but there's also research that angles the other. Why? Why is it going back and forth? Because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on who you are. So what I usually recommend for anybody that's actually interested in intermittent fasting and they hear about the whole, okay, so I fast for 16 hours and I eat for 8 hours. If you find that interesting, you should go ahead and just try it for 30 days and it'll probably do something really good for you. Now, I started intermittent fasting back when I was 16 years old. I was really overweight. I'll probably put some pictures up. I was really overweight. I weighed about 210 pounds at 16, and when I got to 17, I weighed 160. So over the course of a year, I dropped about 50 pounds. And just a quick story, about 8 months into the journey, I weighed about 180 pounds, so I lost 30 pounds. I was at 180 for a solid 3 months. I really wasn't tracking my calories right, and I didn't have an organized schedule with how I eat. I pretty much just tried to eat better, and it helped me for a while, but we're all about being the most efficient, the most effective, and becoming our best. So what I looked into is how to lose those last 10, 20 pounds. I saw about intermittent fasting and I saw about tracking your calories. Now, I would say tracking your calories is the most important thing you can do if you are trying to lose weight, because what matters at the end of the day is that you're eating less calories than your body burns. You need to be in a calorie deficit in order to burn fat, but there are things that you can do in order to accelerate the fat loss process and also to make it a little bit easier on yourself, which is essentially what intermittent fasting is. See, society, especially back in the day, we would eat 3 square meals a day with a lot of snacks in between. Normally, we would say you want to eat about 6 times a day, every 3 hours, in order to keep your metabolism running. Now, that doesn't really make sense from a biological standpoint, because you see, when you're in that fasted state, you're in a state of ketosis, which means that you are using body fat as energy. Now, a lot of people say that if you were to just do a keto diet, you will also be in ketosis, which is obviously true. But even if you are eating some carbs, during that fasted window, you will be in a state of ketosis. You will be burning fat through that. Versus if you were to be eating, you would still have to burn off the food itself before you can start to burn into the fat. It's just how it works. Your body fluctuates. It doesn't just stay in a calorie deficit throughout the entire day. It goes up once you eat, you're in a surplus, it has to burn off the calories, then it can start dipping into your body fat. Even if you're doing the keto diet, if you're eating too many calories, you're still going to be in a surplus too long. And like I said, if you are somebody that actually prefers to eat breakfast or eat at night and prefers to eat throughout the day, then this video is not for you. Then you can just keep doing what you're doing. If that works, I'm happy for you. For me, I'm a very hungry person. My appetite is insanely high. So I like intermittent fasting because it will help me get used to hunger. It helps you kind of get used to the uncomfortableness of being hungry that some people it just doesn't work for. There are some people that struggle to gain weight, and that blows my mind. I can eat so much food, it's ridiculous. I'm always hungry. I can always eat more food. I'll never get sick of it. My stomach can handle a lot. So that's not my problem. My problem is overeating. So I think that's where it goes back and forth. I think that is where you'll separate it. If you find you have a hard time gaining weight, you probably prefer to eat throughout the day. If you have an easy time gaining weight, you feel like your appetite's really high, you have a lot of cravings, maybe you grew up more overweight, I think intermittent fasting will be the right thing for you. So let's go over some details on how it works. You'll be going through at least an 8-hour eating window with a 16-hour fasting window. Now there are some versions that are different. Sometimes, sorry if my dog barks, and I will have my last meal around 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So sometimes it varies. It usually varies depending on the time I'm working out. If I have to lift weights later in the morning around like 11, because that's just when I can get it in with my schedule, sometimes I do prefer to eat before, especially if I do jujitsu practice from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm definitely gonna wanna eat something before I lift. So usually I'll eat something around 10 o'clock and then I'll fast, I'll eat until about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and that's when the eating window is a little bit higher. So you don't have to be so strict on it. You don't have to be so hard on yourself with it. But it's essentially just an eating schedule. It's not a diet. You don't have to follow anything in particular. I like to follow a lower carb, higher fat, higher protein diet. Moderate protein, higher fat, more towards that keto, but not exactly. I think that works the best for me because I can eat some carbs to the point where I have flexibility and I can enjoy things. I go out with my friends, I can have a beer, I can eat a slice of pizza and it won't mess me up too bad. But if I eat too many carbs, I get way too tired, I'm way too hungry. And the thing with that is that this is a hormonal control. This is why some people who are more insulin sensitive, like me, if I eat carbs, it makes me tired, which is why I like intermittent fasting. So that kind of all connects. Because you're intermittent fasting and you're in that state of ketosis, your insulin levels are way more balanced throughout the day. They don't have these peaks and valleys if you were to eat 6 times a day. Now, they definitely won't be going all over the place if you control your carbohydrate intake while eating the 6 meals a day. So really I feel like one of the most important things is keeping the carbs a little bit lower if you are trying to lose weight, no matter what you decide to do. I just think the eating schedule is a little bit of an easier time. I enjoy eating bigger meals, so it works well for me and it fits my schedule really well. So it really just depends on who you are. It's why I'm stressing this the most, because so many other people that make videos about certain diet topics, they have to make it seem like it's a black or white. Like you're either gonna, they make it seem like you should definitely do this, and then somebody else makes this, oh, you should definitely do this. Look, I want to definitely bring out some information, but all the things that I talk about ever are tools in the toolbox. There are so many ways to achieve the same goal. I've had clients come into me talk about how they resistance train heavy and it works well for them. I have clients that talk about doing CrossFit. I have clients that we do circuit training, and it all works. The most important thing is that you're hustling hard, you're getting better, your diet is improving, your workouts are improving. That's the most important thing. Intermittent fasting is just a tool in the toolbox, but it is a tool in the toolbox that I highly recommend. So if you've never tried it before, here are some tips for you. I personally like to drink black coffee a few hours after I wake up. So what I did today was I had jujitsu from 7 to 8. I woke up at around 6. And I had my coffee at around 9:30 because I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to eat at around 12, 12:30, go to the gym around 1, and then I can start my day from there. I'll probably eat after the gym, and then I'll go to work, and then I'll eat after work, and I'll make it 3 meals for the day. What you can also do in order to blunt your appetite is drink something like a seltzer water, sparkling water, and also just stay hydrated in general. enjoy that state of ketosis because you are probably going to feel the most focus that you've ever had. At first, it's a little bit hard because you're going to get hungry, but once your body starts to adapt to that hunger and you get used to it, you're going to feel way better. You're going to feel way more clear. And a lot of the times, especially when we're eating a lot of processed carbs, it can give us that brain fog. So it's good to actually experience that feeling of, I like to call it lightness in the body. You feel way more alert, you feel more focused. So I highly recommend that at least you try it if it's something that you're interested in. So just to recap, you're essentially just trying to have a 8-hour eating window. You try to fast for up to 16 hours. You can change it if you'd like, 6-hour eating window, 18-hour fast, or 12-hour fast, 12-hour eating window. Sometimes it varies from day to day. It all just depends, but you don't have to be so strict on it. If you want to try to blunt your appetite, you can drink sparkling water, try to drink black coffee, also just stay hydrated in general. The fasted state will put you in a state of ketosis so that you burn more body fat for energy, but the most important thing is that you're in a calorie deficit when trying to lose weight. So I ended up not even using the dry erase board. I kind of just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about my experience. And if you have any questions on this topic, definitely leave it down below, get a little discussion going, and then I can answer those questions in a future video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you actually consider trying intermittent fasting because I know that it's done wonders for me. It's helped me a lot through appetite control, fat loss, and staying more alert and more crystal clear. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Sometimes what I'll do in my fasting window is I'll only fast for like 12 hours and I'll eat for 12 hours. It just depends on really how I'm feeling. But for the most part, I usually won't start eating until about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock before I go and lift weights.